Good morning, everyone. It's Eric with His&Hers HHQ. This is going to be an update on the Pride of Your Country buddy bill between myself and Mark over at Blue Street Customs. However, as I've stated before, we're going over a few things since it is Pride of Your Country. And the greatest pride I feel I can show in my country outside of flying the red, white, and blue is serving this wonderful country. So, part of that service deals with an acronym we call leadership. I've already discussed it many times before, but we've already covered the L and D in leadership. Again, it's an acronym, LDRSHIP. And we've already covered the L and D, which is loyalty and duty. Now R. The R stands for respect. Respect is, well, it's actually a pretty broad term, much like several of the words in leadership. It is a pretty broad term, but it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Some people, well, they feel that entitled to respect, and I wholeheartedly disagree. Others just, don't feel that there needs to, or let me see, that's so hard to, you know what, that's neither here nor there. For me, it's simple. Respect. Respect is absolutely earned. Now, I will start out respecting anyone or anything. It's, if you were to put it on a scale 1 to 10, I will initially respect somebody, say, at a 10. I will provide respect right off the bat. The level of respect I may have for that individual or thing later on will depend solely on the actions of that person, or whatever. It's so I may respect the office of presidency. I may respect the office of any member of Congress or the Justice Department, law enforcement, firefighters, courts. I may respect those particular positions or the offices, much like when I was in the Army. I may have respected the office of company commander or first sergeant. But I might not have, or I may not respect the individual. So that's one of those weird conundrums, I guess. I may respect someone's leadership or their sacrifices. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, two things can be true at the same time. Basically, it's so. For me, I might have, I might respect a senior non-commissioned officer. I may, or the office they hold, but I may not respect the individual. So I may do what is ordered of me because, that comes from the office. Outside of the fact that they outrank me, that comes from the office. So if I'm ordered to drive a specific truck to a certain location or something like that, or fix a certain fix a vehicle that, you know, now mind you, I wasn't a mechanic, but just saying, I would do it. And I would just, you know, my level of respect for that individual might fall that much more. It's one of those weird things. Kind of hard to, you know, completely explain. But yeah, so just because you don't respect the individual, you respect the office. Just because I have a lot of respect for everybody around me, but what they do with that respect determines how I feel about them character-wise, if you know what I mean. So respect is one of those things. It should be shown quite readily, in my personal opinion. You know, you give someone respect because you may not know them or may not know that individual thoroughly enough to know, to accurately judge the level of respect you might feel for that individual. So somebody may say something absolutely stupid and there goes a little bit of respect, but not a whole lot. You know, I'll give them, you know, the respect of they have their opinion, but I might find it completely stupid. Like asking for blinker fluid. There you go. I know it's a silly childish prank, but yes. You know, we were loaded with them in motor pools, so it's just one of those things. But yeah, it's, for me, respect is totally given completely and determined the amount later, if you know what I mean. It's earned and given by the same way. So someone may not respect me, but I would hope that they respect me enough that I respect them. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. So it's just one of those things. It does mean completely different things for different individuals, but that's part of leadership. You may not respect the person, but you respect the office and the authority that comes with the office or the position or the rank. So I guess that's just, you know, it's something I picked up in Scouts and it followed me through life. So anyway, on to the build real quick. I've got the cab sitting on the chassis. As you can see, the chassis is primed for the most part. I got to hit another coat of primer, but I had it on there because I wanted to see precisely where the cab sat and how well it sat. So when I was working on the mock-up for the bed, I knew precisely what I was looking for. And let me see here. Even though it's a little bitty, I still have to touch up a little bit more on the return spring and the throttle there. But overall, I think it's looking really good. The carburetor's looking good. And it's a whole lot of detail paint. I know it's kind of dark. I kind of like the idea of the black paint anyway. So I'm going to paint the valve covers. I'm thinking of yellow. I'm going to paint the oil dipstick, give the oil filter a little added color, and the thermostat housing, I'm going to give it more of an aluminum look. But yeah, it's lots of details going on here, lots of extra things. On to the bed. Now, mind you, I got a little silly when I was doing the bed. I got so excited in where I was progress-wise with the bed that I forgot to cut out the hole that will be here, and I will add slots to it. Well, I can work around that. That's all right. I'm going to finish getting the bed together, the last bit of rail here, and then I will get this closed in once I have my back plate cut and get it finished shaping. What I'm looking at is this will be something like right in here. Mind you, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. Yeah, so it's going to be something like that. And each one of those little slats will accommodate a board. But I didn't want to glue the boards in, not yet, because I want to get this primed and painted first, because I'm going to stain the boards separately. But that's where we're at. I've got to add one more slat, one more runner here, and then the outer slat here and the outer slat here, and trim up boards, skinnier boards to go in there. A couple of these crossways bits are a little longer than they should be, and I did that on purpose. But that is going to sit, let me see here, try to lift this up without screwing anything up. Let's go like this. So that will sit something like that. So I think that's going to be the exact look I'm looking for, or just about the exact look I'm looking for, right there. Yeah. So again, I am moving along on this, and my goal is actually to have this done or completed far sooner than the January timeline. But I will save it for the January timeline for a final reveal, or I may do that, unless Marc comes across, goes, no, I'm already done, done with mine, so yeah, you can go ahead and reveal, I'll reveal. It's like, all right. So sorry, I'm tired. It's getting really late again, and it's about time for me to be going to bed. So that's where I'm at, this Pride of Your Country buddy build between myself and Marc over at Blue Street Customs. I'm Eric with His&Hers HHQ. If you haven't yet, head on over to Facebook and follow us at His&Hers Hobby Headquarters. Take a moment, like, subscribe, share the content, share the love of scale model building. Let's get as many people involved in the hobby as possible. I mean, this is one of those mediums in art that's really limited only by your imagination. You can build it straight out of the box, or you can go absolutely wild and crazy with it. And the choice is yours. You build for you. And as always, take a moment, comment below. It may be 5 minutes, it may be 5 days, but I too try to be as interactive as possible. I really enjoy the encouragement and I enjoy the back and forth and having conversations with you through the comments. This is a phenomenal community and I am absolutely blessed and honored to be a part of it. I gotta thank you all, the old subscribers and new. You are a fantastic bunch. We are growing. And I mean, we're not too far off from that 500 mark. So let's keep it going. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all. I'm Eric. Have a good day.